Hey everybody, Moses here. I thought I would take this time to make a brief review and slight unboxing of the Scream1 Second Edition. Now, for those of you who have seen my previous Finalmouse videos, you're probably wondering or saying to yourself, oh my god, he actually got them. I did. Finalmouse did come through, and last week I received two Finalmouse Scream1 Second Edition mice. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the mouse itself, and I'm going to give you my impressions from my weekend reviewing it live on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/WTFMoses. There will be many more plugs of that nature in the future. Just as an aside, if you're wondering, hey, didn't I see one of these videos before when he did this review? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, let's dive right in. So you see here we have the packaging it came in. Just a standard issue, blue box. There's nothing to say on the outside that it's a second edition. So let's just go on ahead and open this bad boy up and pull the mouse out. So right out of the gate, the only thing it comes with is a little Finalmouse card that has some information on it, specifically the DPI information, which is 400, 800, 1600 and 3200, and it also mentions that you do not need drivers with it. And inside you have the Scream1 itself in the plastic packaging, so we'll pop that guy open right quick and thread the mouse cable through. Now remember, I already opened this thing up, and I apologize for that gross noise, but there we go. So move this stuff out of the way, and here we have the Scream1. So just as a out-of-the-box first look impression, it is a neat looking mouse, which is to say it is very clean, soft touch, blue plastic around the Scream logo, which is not raised by any stretch. It is ingrained or lasered onto the paint. I don't know how they did it, but it is not easily scratched off or anything like that. It is a nice, again, very slightly soft touch plastic on the top with hard touch plastic on the sides with the mouse buttons. And the scroll wheel is soft. It's not hard to actuate. It's a very easy scroll. And as just as a note, some people mentioned on the first edition that it bugs when you flick very quickly. It'll randomly scroll up. I didn't notice that, but at the same time, I'm not the type of player to really flick the mouse wheel very quickly. I'm not sure why that was a complaint, but I guess some people just furiously flick their mouse wheels. DPI button, standard issue placement, at least for the Finalmouse product on the top there. So as far as the buttons and the actuation, the left and right mouse click are very similar. No difference between the two. Very easy actuation, very quick click. Similar to the mouse wheel middle mouse click here. So it's not a loud click, but a very easy actuation on both sides. Very easy to jitter click. As far as how it sits in the hand, I think you would be best suited for a palm or claw grip, maybe not so much fingertip, just due to the size. As for comparison, here's a G403, my daily driver, clearly smaller from a height standpoint on the Scream1 as compared to the 403, which has a very pronounced hump on the back of it, which really fills the hand. The Scream1, while comfortable, does not fill the hand nearly as much as the 403, and thus makes claw much more. Sorry, I'm losing focus for some reason. Much easier to have on the Scream1 as compared to the 403. So just getting back to the buttons, as I didn't mention it, the side buttons are a treat on this mouse. Very, very quick, very firm clicks on it. Doesn't feel like they're gonna break. The 403 in comparison has the buttons are larger, but Again, nothing major really to note on the 403 other than the fact that they press quite far into the body. But on the Scream1, they are very firm and just nice actuation. I really liked the side buttons. Now, this thing is equipped with a 3366, I believe, PixArt sensor, which is the top of the line as far as sensors are concerned in the current mice landscape. Which brings me to the bottom of the mouse, which was my main complaint with the mouse. Now I'm going to show this to you. They have angled mouse feet on them. Now that wouldn't be a problem other than the fact that the molds and the cuts of the mouse feet are very abrasive. Now, what does that mean? I noticed a significant resistance in comparison to the 403 when moving the mouse around on my Gigantus and my QCK Plus mice pads. So it's not like game breaking. I didn't really notice any situation other than very nuanced pixel aiming on games like H1Z1 where I felt that the aiming was being affected by the feet themselves. Now that's only because the resistance you get makes very short movements in palm grip difficult. And difficult is a relative term. Like the 403 glides effortlessly. The Scream1 glides with little effort. Okay, so I mean the difference between the two is not staggering, but it is noticeable. And that has been raised in other reviews on the mice, specifically the second edition. So the angular mouse feet have poor cuts in them and ultimately just don't sit well or glide nearly as well as a 403, which has rounded mouse feet and even in itself is not a particularly great set of feet in general, as people replace them frequently on the 403. So the actual gameplay of the mouse was fine. I mean, I can't say, again, I have to give you the caveat that I'm not a professional gamer by any stretch. I'm a seasoned gamer. I haven't played Quake for 18 years like Rocket Jump Ninja has, and I'm not a beautiful brown person playing professional level Counter-Strike. However, I do have a significant amount of experience in FPS as they are my primary game, and I've been playing them since I was a kid. But, I mean, I do prefer the 403's actuation, which is to say just the general movement and feel of the mouse compared to the Scream1 based only on the mouse feet. This shape is actually very attractive to me. I have medium hands on the Rocket Jump Ninja scale chart. I have I think it's about 7 inches tip of palm to top of finger, end of my palm to the tip of my middle finger there. I do really feel comfortable holding this mouse in a multitude of ways. I would normally have my G302 to compare, but the Scream1 fits squarely in the middle between a fingertip heavy mouse and a palm heavy mouse like the 403. Now I'm interested in trying out the FK2, which will be my next purchase, but from a fit and finish standpoint, the Scream1 is generally good. I mean, it's not a high. Let me put it this way: for $80 for the Scream1 compared to the 403, the 403 is a much better purchase. You get the same sensor. I mean, RGB lighting. The cable itself is definitely thicker, and cable thickness to me is not a big deal. The Scream1 cable is significantly thinner than the 403. I can't see if you can see that, but very, very significant difference between the two. But again, I use a mouse bungee and generally keep my cord off the desk either way. So it might be something that is a make or break for you from a cable standpoint. But the Scream1 does have a stiff cable, and the 403 is a little bit more malleable. But again, just from a fit and finish standpoint, the 403 at $52 is a much better buy than the Scream1, which is for some reason $80. I just don't know where that value is coming from. You have customizable DPI settings on the 403, and you don't have that. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can cycle through the two main DPIs being 400 and 800, and then up to 16 and 32 if you like. But yeah, for what you get out of the box, $80 is actually kind of a joke. So my two main concerns with the Scream1 are this: the mice feet, and the fact that they don't come with replacements or extras even is bad. I didn't like, especially on the QCK, not so much on the Gigantus, which is a much more plush and smooth pad, even compared to a well-used QCK Plus. The mice feet dragging, especially with small movements, is definitely noticeable. Like just the resistance to move the mouse slightly compared to the 403 is very noticeable. So not much else to say there. Is it worth it? Would I recommend it? No. But again, I didn't buy it. I bought an Ergo and then had to fight with them for a year on a warranty replacement. And eventually they sent me two of these things, neither of which I'm going to keep. I'm much more inclined to keep the 403 and try out a mouse like an FK2 Zowie. So yeah, I don't want to drone on about the differences between the two mice, but just from a quick recap perspective, great action, a generally good scroll wheel, good to excellent actuation on the left and right click, and the mouse 4 and 5 are definitely excellent. I like them. I like them a lot, and the sensor's great. But the mice feet on the bottom are not great. They're actually bad. So aside from that and the price, you're much better. You're much more better off looking at a Logitech or a Zowie in compared to the Scream1 based on price alone, and the fact that with that price you get poor mice feet, which is kind of a big deal. Really makes this a unrecommended purchase for me. So that's it for me. Thank you to everyone who came into my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/WTFMoses, over the weekend and asked questions and gave feedback and generally engaged with me. This whole Finalmouse saga has actually brought a lot of great people into my channel. And for those of you on YouTube, thank you for your support as well. Your comments on my videos have been great. And as an FYI, I have a second Scream1 Second Edition here that is going to be given away on my Twitch channel in the near future. So if you're interested in one and entering into that giveaway, come and see me. So I'm going to transition back to head view here using the wrong mouse. So yeah, thanks again everybody for watching. If you have any questions specifically about the Scream1, jump into the Twitch channel and ask me, or leave a comment on the video. You can follow me on Twitter at WTFMoses. So thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon. God damn it, that's twice. Goodbye.